Hello, my name is Amber Wilson, and this is Managerial Economics Deliverable 2, Report on Events Impacting the Supply and Demand of Oil. This PowerPoint is being resubmitted on March 15, 2019 for Professor Audra Sherwood's Managerial Economics course. Today we will be going over an overview of the following scenario as well as 4 economic scenarios, scenarios 1 through 4, as well as a recommendation and summary. Oil Company X is expanding. They're proposing building a pipeline stretching from Canada to New Orleans. The board is considering proposal to increase oil stores. The cost department has been asked to determine the events that affect price of oil and its effects on equilibrium price and quantity. We will evaluate the following 4 scenarios and determine their equilibrium price and quantity as well as curve shifts. Scenario 1. Regulations are passed which restrict drilling in many areas of the U.S. to preserve protected areas. Here we can see that drilling is restricted, meaning supply will be less. Left means less, so supply must shift left. The equilibrium quantity will decrease. We show the first line of equilibrium on the supply line, shifting to the left, so the equilibrium price will increase while the quantity decreases. Again, the equilibrium quantity will decrease, the equilibrium price will increase, so the supply curve shifts to the left. Scenario 2. The U.S. has a large increase in birth rate and population. Increase in population will mean an increased demand for oil. The supply curve will remain steady. However, the demand will increase, meaning the price will increase as well as the quantity demanded at this price. Here we can see the equilibrium quantity will increase when it shifts to the right. Right usually means more. The equilibrium price will increase as a result. We can see that on the supply line, it is shifting upward. From here to here, the demand is shifting to the right, so the equilibrium price must increase. Scenario 3. A recession occurs. Recession means value of goods plummet or stay stagnant. Wages will likely plummet, meaning people are less likely to pay high prices for oil. Demand will stay consistent. However, the company will likely wish to lessen production to maintain semblance of profit. Left means less, so the supply curve shifts left with the equilibrium price decreasing upon the demand line. So again, the equilibrium quantity will decrease, the equilibrium price will also decrease, and the supply curve shifts to the left. Shifting from here to here means a decrease, so shifting to the left. There is an increase in availability of affordable alternative energy sources. With an increase of choices, people will want to pay the lowest price, meaning quantity is irrelevant. The producer of oil will maintain supply. The demand for said oil producer will be less as there are more choices available. The equilibrium quantity will decrease. The equilibrium price will decrease, meaning the demand curve shifts to the left. You can see here on the supply line here that the quantity will decrease and the price will decrease. So the demand, as this shifts to the left, the price and the quantity will both decrease. In summary, Oil Company X is expanding, proposing building pipeline stretching from Canada to New Orleans. The board is considering proposal to increase oil stores. The cost department has been asked to determine the events that affect price of oil and its effects on equilibrium price and quantity. Just as a reminder, per Brander and Perloff, the demand is the quantity or good or service that consumers demand, which depends on price and other factors such as consumer incomes and the prices of related goods. The supply is the quantity of a good or a service that firms supply depending on price and other factors such as cost of inputs and the level of technological sophistication used in the market. Now, this market equilibrium is the interaction between consumers' demand and producers' supply, which determines the market price and the quantity of a good or service that is bought or sold. Based upon this information, our recommendation and the info from the 4 previous scenarios is that expanding the oil pipeline is not recommended. Expansion proves too risky as fluctuations in supply and demand can dictate heavy profit losses. References for the previous information can be found here. And again, our recommendation is to not proceed with the pipeline as planned. Thank you.